What if I told you there's a cheap, everyday food sitting in your kitchen right now that could literally help you fight off muscle loss after 60? Yep, no fancy supplements, no gym memberships, just one smart choice that could keep your strength, mobility, and independence for years to come. We're diving into a powerful, budget-friendly option that too many seniors overlook, and trust me, you'll want to stick around to hear exactly how it works. Your like, share, and subscription truly inspire me to make the next video. I sincerely appreciate your love and support. Now let's get into it. What if the greatest threat to your independence after age 65 isn't disease, memory loss, or even your heart? What if the real danger is something much quieter, something you can't feel happening, not right away? It's the slow fading of your own strength. It doesn't arrive in one dramatic moment. It creeps in. You bend down to tie your shoes and realize it's harder than it used to be. You walk upstairs and find yourself holding the railing, not out of habit, but necessity. You notice the shampoo bottle feels heavier. You push open a door and feel your arm tremble slightly. No pain, just weakness. This isn't about aging. This is about muscle loss, a condition with a name most seniors have never even heard of until it's already affecting them: sarcopenia. It starts in your 30s and accelerates after 60, gradually shrinking the very muscle fibers that let you stand tall, walk confidently, and pick up your grandchildren. It robs you not just of physical ability, but of freedom, independence, and self-trust. And yet, in most homes across America, there's a forgotten food quietly sitting in pantries, collecting dust or hidden behind fancier packaging. It's affordable. It doesn't spoil easily. It's packed with a nutrient profile powerful enough to challenge age-related muscle loss. The best part? It doesn't require any extreme diet changes, expensive supplements, or meal delivery services. Just a shift in attention and appreciation. Before we get there, let's rewind. Years ago, a retired postal worker from Omaha named Helen found herself struggling with basic chores. She was 72, had no major illnesses, and walked every day. Yet her arms felt weaker. Her balance was off. Getting up from her favorite armchair took effort. Her doctor mentioned age-related muscle loss, but didn't offer much in terms of food solutions. Frustrated, Helen started doing her own research. She didn't want protein powders. She didn't want pills. She wanted real food. What she discovered wasn't from a glossy health magazine, but from memories of her childhood kitchen, the food her mother used to cook from scratch during leaner times: lentils, black beans, navy beans, chickpeas. They were filling, affordable, and, here's the part we've all forgotten, incredibly high in plant-based protein and fiber. As it turns out, these humble legumes are also packed with leucine, magnesium, iron, and slow-digesting carbs, all essential for muscle health. Helen started incorporating them into her meals. Not obsessively, just steadily. A bowl of lentil soup in the evening. A chickpea salad at lunch. Pinto beans stirred into a stew. She felt a change, not overnight but enough to notice. More energy, better balance. Her doctor noticed too. Her strength test scores improved. Her risk of frailty dropped. You see, most people think they need meat at every meal to preserve muscle mass. But what's missing from that idea is the role of consistency, digestion, and affordability, especially for seniors. While meat is a strong source of protein, it's not always easy on the stomach, especially as we age. Red meat, in particular, can be hard to digest, lead to cholesterol issues, or just feel too heavy. Beans, on the other hand, offer a gentler path to strength. 1 cup of cooked lentils offers almost 18 grams of protein, but beyond that, they deliver a slow release of energy thanks to their fiber content. This means your muscles get a steady supply of amino acids, the building blocks they need to rebuild and regenerate. But let's address the elephant in the room. Why don't more seniors eat beans regularly? In a word, convenience. Canned beans sit on grocery shelves, but most people don't know what to do with them beyond chili. Dry beans feel intimidating, they require soaking, boiling, seasoning. And the taste? Plain, maybe even boring, unless you know how to make them sing. That's where we come in. Because once you understand just how powerful these foods are for your body, they stop being just beans. They become the foundation of your health defense plan. Now, here's something few people realize: sarcopenia isn't just about frailty. It's connected to insulin resistance, inflammation, and even brain function. As your muscles shrink, your metabolism slows. Blood sugar control becomes harder. You feel more tired, less motivated to move, creating a cycle that leads to further muscle decline. The beauty of beans is that they don't just address protein needs. They're anti-inflammatory. They stabilize blood sugar. They feed your gut microbiome, that bustling community of bacteria that plays a crucial role in everything from immunity to mood. In essence, they're the multi-tool of nutrition, especially as we get older. And they're patriotic, too. Think about it. Beans have been a staple in American kitchens for generations. During the Great Depression, during wartime, during hard times when people needed to feed their families on a budget, beans were there. Nutritious, versatile, and sustaining. Let's talk real life again. A viewer named Richard from Tallahassee emailed us last month. He said after watching our previous video, he added a half cup of black beans to his lunch every day for 3 weeks. He didn't change anything else. No extra exercise, no new supplements, just beans. He said, "My legs feel more solid. I can stand longer at the sink. I don't dread getting up off the couch." It's that simple. It's that powerful. Of course, it's not magic. You won't become a bodybuilder by eating lentils. But what you will do, and this is the key, is feed your muscles what they need to hold their ground. You'll slow the loss, maybe even gain a little. And in a world where aging is often portrayed as inevitable decline, holding your ground is a bold, revolutionary act. This is where your journey begins. Not with some expensive meal plan. Not with a celebrity endorsement. But with one ingredient, something you can buy for $1 or less. Rinse under the tap, heat on the stove, and use to strengthen your future. The next time you walk into your kitchen, open your pantry. Look at that dusty can of chickpeas or that forgotten bag of lentils. They're not leftovers from an old recipe, they're building blocks. They're your muscle's best friend. They're your personal, pocket-sized defense against aging. So there you are, standing in your kitchen, staring at that can of beans you once walked past 100 times. But this time, something's different. You're not seeing food, you're seeing possibility. A path forward. A way to fight the creeping muscle loss that no one warned you about. That simple can holds more than protein and fiber. It holds momentum. And momentum, for seniors fighting back against weakness, is everything. The truth is, building muscle after 60 isn't about pumping iron in a gym. It's about what you consistently feed your body, day in and day out. It's about choosing the foods that quietly work in the background, nourishing your tissues. Repairing worn-out muscle fibers, giving you the fuel to move with purpose. And if you think eating beans is about sacrifice, blandness, or eating like a rabbit, let me stop you right there. Because when you know how to prepare them, these little gems become soul food, warm, hearty, deeply satisfying, and brimming with the kind of nutrition your body has been craving for decades. Clara's story isn't unique. Across the country, seniors are waking up to the idea that regaining strength doesn't have to mean reinventing their lives. It just means looking differently at the foods they already know, and learning how to bring them to life. Let's talk flavor. Because nothing kills consistency faster than boredom. And when it comes to beans, the possibilities are endless. You don't have to eat them plain or straight from the can. Think rich lentil curry with coconut milk and turmeric. Think warm hummus with roasted garlic spread over whole grain toast. Think 3-bean chili with a sprinkle of cheddar and a few crushed tortilla chips for crunch. Each bite delivers protein, fiber, and slow-release energy that keeps your muscles fed and your appetite satisfied. And here's the kicker: the more often you eat them, the better your body becomes at using them. It's like reintroducing your muscles to an old friend. They remember how to respond. The amino acids get to work. The cells wake up. Your balance improves. Your hands feel steadier when you hold a coffee cup. You start trusting your legs again. But this story isn't just about food, it's about rhythm. Building muscle is a dance between nourishment and movement. And beans play the perfect supporting role. You eat them consistently, and then you move, nothing extreme. Just enough to keep your muscles engaged. Let's go back to Richard from Tallahassee, the man who started eating black beans with lunch. A few weeks in, he told us something interesting. I didn't even realize I was walking more. I just felt more like myself. That's the magic of muscle health. It doesn't always arrive with fanfare. Sometimes it shows up quietly, through energy, steadiness, and the return of that subtle sense of control. This is also where timing matters. Seniors often skip meals or eat too little protein throughout the day. But muscles don't build from one big steak dinner. They respond best to steady, moderate amounts of protein spaced out over breakfast, lunch, and dinner. That's where beans become a secret weapon, because they're easy to add to nearly any meal. A spoonful in your morning omelet. A scoop in your salad. A bowl in the evening. The protein? Balanced. The fiber? Gentle on digestion. The cost? Pennies per serving. That's what makes beans not just a food, but a strategy, a way to age with strength without blowing the grocery budget or relying on complex meal plans. Let's not forget about the emotional side. Losing strength affects more than just muscles, it touches identity. For many seniors, it's tied to confidence, dignity, even hope. That's why this topic matters. This isn't just about nutrients, it's about reclaiming something precious. In New Mexico, there's a woman named Teresa who wrote to us after changing her diet. She started slow, one bean dish per week. She was skeptical at first. But over time, she noticed her knees didn't ache as much climbing the stairs. Her posture improved. Her daughter said, "You're standing taller, Mom." That moment stuck with her. Not because of the compliment, but because it reminded her of who she used to be. Strong, capable, alive. That's the power of giving your body what it needs and trusting it to respond. And if you're wondering, is it too late for me? The answer is no. Muscle is remarkably responsive, even in your 70s, 80s, or beyond. The key isn't to aim for perfection, but persistence. It's not about lifting heavy weights. It's about feeding your muscles, giving them the signal that they still matter. 1 cup of beans, a little movement, repeat. This isn't glamorous advice. You won't see it on fitness magazines. But it's real, it's backed by science, and most importantly, it's doable. And just to be clear, you don't have to eat beans every single day to see results. You just have to be consistent enough to create a rhythm your body can count on. Make them a staple, rotate the types, add flavor, make it something you look forward to, not because you're being healthy, but because you feel better afterward. That's the reward. We're not selling a magic pill. We're not pushing some fad diet. We're reminding you that your strength, your literal physical strength, is still within your grasp. It never left. It just needs the right fuel to return. So now the question isn't, will beans really help me build muscle? The question is, am I willing to give my body what it's quietly asking for? We hope your answer is yes. If this message inspired even a single thought, stirred even a little hope, please consider sharing this video. There's a Clara or a Richard or a Teresa out there who might need this reminder more than you know. Conclusion. If you benefited from this video even a little, if something clicked, sparked a new idea, or reminded you of your strength, I'd love to hear from you. Share your story, your thoughts, or even just how you plan to use this info in your next meal. Your comment could inspire someone else watching right now. What change are you ready to make today for your strength tomorrow? Let's talk below. I personally read every comment, and your words truly motivate me to keep going. So don't scroll away without telling me, what's the one thing you're taking from this video?